Scarcasm Live presents Casual Conversation from the Digicast. Yeah. What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Casual Conversation. Yeah. I am your hostess, Sherry's Joy. I am definitely not alone. I have a super awesome, wonderful guest with me today. His name is Hardly Dan. Dan, how are you today?
I'm fine. I thought you were talking about Rob.
No, I'm talking about you. You're my guest.
I'm good, thanks. I've had an interesting week, but yeah, I'm doing okay today. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. And we also have my wonderful, awesome, super co-host,
DJ Awesome Brow.
Whoop whoop, in the house. So here we are having casual conversation. So thank you all for listening in advance. I truly appreciate it. And we're just going to go ahead and get started. So Dan, you said that you've had an interesting week. What's been going on?
Well, before I get into that, before I forget, I just had a chat with someone all three of us know. His name's Jason. He's also known as Teflon, and he's our DM when we do Dungeons and Dragons. He said to say hi to you two, so hi from Jason.
Oh.
Hi, Jason.
Shout out.
Teflon.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, my week, it's been one of those weeks.
It's almost Friday.
Not much happened on Monday. I think I slept through most of Monday. No, I didn't. I didn't sleep at all on Monday or Sunday night. Anyway,
Like
Tuesday. No, I have issues with sleep. Tuesday, I went with my mum to take her to a hospital appointment. She has terrible rheumatoid arthritis and osteoarthritis and a load of other things wrong with her. But they found that this one cancer treatment can actually help people with rheumatoid arthritis.
Mm.
It's the treatment they give people with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And basically, one guy had it who also had rheumatoid arthritis, and he was like, yeah, my arthritis is feeling better too. And they're like, huh. They looked into it. Sure enough, it seems to help. So
Wow.
This hospital appointment, we were there for 10:30 in the morning, and we left at around about 6 in the evening.
Oh, geez.
It was a really long...
Yeah.
Basically, she was hooked up to this pump that would pump the drug in very slowly over around about 6 hours, because she had to have pre-meds before that, and they had to check on certain things.
Is that like
but the pre-meds
treatment, or is it just something?
It's not chemotherapy, but it's one of the treatments they give for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma that she's not going to lose her hair or anything. It shouldn't actually make her feel terrible like a lot of cancer treatments. I'm not entirely sure what's in it, to be honest. All I know is that I sat next to her in this weird chair-like bed thing. It was the kind of chair that you imagine like seeing a person in with like a load of like fiber optic cables coming out of their skull, and they're trying to control a spaceship or something.
Wow.
It was a really weird chair. Yeah, you could plan it right out. You could shorten the footstop for short people. Everything that could move on that thing, you could move.
That's crazy. Yeah, so my auntie had cancer, and I would go with her to her chemo treatments, and I feel like it's the same chair. I call it the chair of death. Like, you're just sitting. It's like this big chair, and it's very comfortable. And then they have like almost the same chair for the people who are with you, and then you have, like, they have their IVs and everything going through them. They're very, very comfortable. They have, like, these things on the side where you got, like, magazines that you can read or whatever you need. It's so, so comfortable. And honestly, like, not to bring anyone down, but you see, like, all of these older people with, like, no hair or like, silver hair, gray hair, whatever. And then you look over to your left, and there's, like, one child sitting there, so happy, so smiling, and you're just like dying inside. You're like, oh my god! But they're so happy, and just the funniest person in the room and just so cheerful, but yet you're sitting in this chair of what I call the chair of possible death, because it's just like that. So I think I know what you're talking about, if we're talking about the same chair.
Yeah, possibly. But the chair I had to sit on was nothing like that. It was hard. It was uncomfortable. It was just, jeez.
Well, maybe it depends on the facility.
Nearly 10 hours I was sat on that damn thing. It was
horrible. God, for arthritis?
Yeah, it was in the cancer treatment part that they give it to her, because that's where they've got all the right stuff for giving it to her. But because it's her first time with that medication, they didn't know how her body would react to it, so they have to give it in like really small, low doses for a little while, and then they creep up the dosage a bit, and then creep it up a bit more, and so hopefully when we go back in 2 weeks' time, it won't take quite so long, and I may well just go into town and catch a movie. Because,
well,
I mean, if she's just going to sleep the whole time like she did.
Right. I mean, it's just arthritis, she'll be fine.
I took my laptop there, and the pneumatic kind of trays they have to go over your bed in hospitals?
Yeah.
They've got those for the chairs. But you can't even, lean on it to write. It just starts... It's like a slow puncher in a bicycle. It just starts slowly... Now, my laptop, it's quite heavy.
Yeah, that might be part of the problem.
It's a gaming grade laptop. It's got a graphic, a desktop grade graphics card in it. It's quite heavy, so I ended up using my mum's walking stick to prop up the table, and that worked well. But yeah, I've got everything set up. I'm using the hospital's free Wi-Fi. I've got documentaries on the go, and mum's just sparks straight out. So I spent most of that day watching The Expanse and getting hooked on The Expanse.
What's that?
It's probably the best sci-fi show on TV at the moment.
Sci-fi.
You like sci-fi?
I'm more of a fantasy person. I like fantasy. I don't know, I guess fantasy, sci-fi. No, so when I think of sci-fi, I think of robots and aliens and space. When I think of fantasy, I think of
dragons and swords.
Right, yeah, Harry Potter and elves and the Shire and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's totally different. It's not even the same.
Well, yeah, they are totally different. The clue there is that they've got completely different names.
Right. One is sci-fi and one is fantasy.
Fantasy, not an offshoot of sci-fi, like a subgenre.
I don't know.
No, I'd say that sci-fi is probably an offshoot of fantasy. Which came first, sci-fi or fantasy? I mean, I know what the first science fiction book was.
I'm going to say sci-fi. But then, I don't know, because, what's the movie when we were kids, The Never-Ending Story? That's totally fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
Not completely.
Oh, here we go. Not completely.
The
dragon had 2 balls instead of 4.
And the veterinarian was definitely rooted in sci-fi.
Oh, God. Okay. Just like Gremlins. Gremlins is horror, but that's also sci-fi, right?
Yeah, it's also comedy.
Now, as adults, yeah.
And fantasy.
The second one was definitely comedy.
Fantasy.
Maybe, yeah.
Because it's a weird little animal.
I'd say it's more fantasy than sci-fi. There's not really much science in Gremlins.
True,
yeah.
The second one, they tried it, but no.
So,
but the first sci-fi, the first science fiction book has to be, God, it's just gone from by Mary Shelley, Wollstonecraft.
Mary Shelley, Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. That's the first science fiction novel.
I love Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. That is the only Frankenstein that I will acknowledge ever.
Well, it's the original. So
well,
good
yeah,
for you. But that's science fiction. That is the definition of science fiction. That is the first science fiction novel. So you love that, but you don't like science fiction. How does that work?
Because it's okay. So because it's horror, it's more horror than it is to me than it is sci-fi. I guess it's sci-fi because you're
Are you talking about the book or the films?
I'm talking about Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
The book or the film?
Okay, so we read an excerpt in 12th grade English, and then we watched the film in class, and then I bought it on VHS, and I watched it a million times. So I guess I'm more talking about the film.
Read the book. It's really good. And it's the first science fiction novel ever written. So
okay, I'll check it out. What about the okay? So we're talking about that real quick. I'm gonna jump the gun, and we all have been through the vampire era, and we've all been through that whole. Oh man, it's all about vampires this decade of the 90s. So, what's your stance on vampires? Like, what is the best vampire series, writer, whatever that you've read or seen? What's the
yeah, for me, it's gonna have to be the Buffy series.
Okay,
Well, there you go.
that I guess, yeah, Buffy. Yes, okay, I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Ever watched that's really vampire? I guess I could say Interview with a Vampire. That's pretty good.
Right.
Some of the really old school Dracula movies, they're pretty good. But for cultural impact and you know that's got me most interested in that whole thing. It would have been Buffy. I was the right age when I was growing up.
Yeah. So I was a little late on Buffy. I watched. I think I started watching it after season. I started watching it like on TV like week to week. Probably season 4. It was whenever Angel was the spinoff. I started watching Buffy then.
Okay.
Because I think I watched.
The only good thing about Angel was the theme tune was kind of good.
The theme? No, it was good. So Angel was good, and then it just kind of fell into shit after, like, he had a kid and all that, and Connor, was his name Connor, who grew up to be on Mad Men and all that stuff. All that crazy, and Jasmine and all that crazy crap.
I've never watched that much Angel. He had a kid? Does that even work?
Yeah, he had a kid. Oh my god.
What? Vampires can procreate?
Oh wait, did he have a kid? Or, no, it wasn't him. It was, what's her face? What's the girl's name?
Cordelia?
Yes, Cordelia had the kid, but I thought it was
Played by
Angel's kid.
Charisma Carpenter, which I find an ironic first name because, as far as I can tell, she has none.
No. So she was a total bitch in Buffy, and then when she was in Angel, she was started off as a bitch, but then it was like, oh well, it was the whole thing where it was like, yeah, I was the snob bitch in high school, but I'm an adult now,
Buffy,
so I'm not. Don't judge me.
Bitchy.
Yeah. And then she's, like, awesome, and then she becomes the badass, and then she has Connor, and it's like, oh my gosh. But, as far as vampires, I do agree with you. As far as, like, TV vampires and stuff like TV shows, sitcoms and crap, Buffy is hands down the best series. But as far as, like, writers, I am all about some Anne Rice. That is the vampire series. I don't
see. I've never read any Anne Rice.
Oh my god! I have like her complete works. I got it as a gift. It's so it makes sense. It's awesome. There's no like poofing into the sky. There's no like crumbling down. And maybe it's because of I don't know. Like maybe I was fortunate enough. Like, you and I are the same age. So, we were fortunate enough to, as when Interview with the Vampire came out, like the Brad Pitt movie, we were young, but we were old enough to, like, understand it completely and fully.
Impressionable.
Yeah, we were impressionable to it. And honestly, the thing that got me into Anne Rice was Queen of the Damned, the movie Queen of the Damned, that came out in, like, early 2000, maybe I don't think it came out in 99. I want to say it came out in like 2000 or 2001. It was
delayed because of Aaliyah's death, right?
Yeah, when Aaliyah died, it came out like just after her death, because she was in it.
Was that a plane crash or something?
Yeah, she was shooting.
I remember that more than the film you just mentioned,
the Queen of the Damned.
Yeah.
She it was in. I think she died. I think it was in late August, early September. She was shooting the video. I think it was Rock the Boat rock the boat, rock, but because they shot it on the islands or on an island, and they were leaving after they finished filming. They were leaving, and the plane crashed, and everyone on the plane died, which was very, very sad. So I think the movie came out maybe the following year because they had her brother fill in for her voice in the rest of the film. Yeah.
Well, I guess I've never seen it, so I don't know.
You never seen it? Oh my god.
Nope.
That's
like
really
the
good.
Crow.
So that got me into Anne Rice, and I had already seen Interview with the Vampire, but when I saw it, like, it was when it came out, so I was, I don't know, 12, 11 or something, and I don't know what Anne Rice is or who Anne Rice is, but then when Queen of the Damned came out, we were like, oh man, and then I was like, I have to read this from the beginning. Oh my gosh. So I was gifted the complete series, and I read it. It was awesome, and I fell in love. It was so great. And then the 2000s happened, and the mid 2000s happened, and we have this damn
the Twiglet series.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the Hollow at the Moon, or
are they
Twilight, or whatever the fuck series.
Are Twiglets a thing in the States? Those little gnarly looking twig snacks that taste of Marmite.
Oh, you're not talking about the movie?
No, I'm talking about the snack Twiglets. That's
what is a Twiglet? So for those of you who haven't noticed, Dan here, he's from across the pond. And
it's a bloody big pond.
So I don't know what the hell is a Twiglet.
Yeah, it's a little kind of snack like crisps or chips, as you guys call them, but they look like little twigs, like
a Cheeto.
No. Well, if that's like like a puff? No, it's nothing like that. It looks like a stick.
What color is it?
Little brown, like a stick.
Like
with darker brown bits on.
Like a churro?
No, just like a stick from a tree.
Look it
like
up.
a cinnamon stick.
I see the package.
Or like a vanilla bean.
Oh, it looks like a pretzel stick.
It looks like a stick, like an actual stick.
Look, what's that got to do with vampires? Do vampires eat those?
They're called Twiglets, so...
Twilight, yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, so we're not shimmering in the sun, okay?
Also,
we're either...
what is Marmite, though?
Huh?
What is Marmite?
What is that?
Marmite is either delicious or disgusting. According to the tagline, you either love it or you hate it. It's a very strong tasting yeast extract spread that I really like on toast and or crumpets.
It's a crumpets is a thing.
I love crumpets. Crumpets are freaking awesome.
What is a crumpet? It is like a cracker. Is it like a Jesus cracker? What is it?
No, it's this. It's almost like a round of very air-holy bread. It's kind of stiff. Basically, you toast it and you put so much butter on the whole thing, acts like a sponge and is full of butter, and you eat it and it's delicious.
Oh.
It's you can make it sweet or savory. Some people like having marmalade or jam on it. I like salt and pepper or melted cheese or Marmite.
Do you drink it? Do you eat it with tea? Do you drink tea? Do you put milk in your tea?
I don't. I used to, but then my fridge broke.
Oh,
and it was cheaper to stop drinking milk than it was to buy a new refrigerator.
You don't have a refrigerator?
Well, I do now,
but
I didn't then. But now I don't like milk and tea, so I don't really have anything in my refrigerator apart from beer.
Do you drink Earl Grey tea?
God, no. English breakfast.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. I
don't like Earl Grey.
I don't either.
It's too floral.
It's gross. It's disgusting. Yeah. I think we do have some English breakfast tea, but that's like, we get that from like the hotels. Like when you go to the hotel.
You just put it in your bag and I'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely. We kind of paid for it in the price. If I don't use the Keurig machine, apparently now every hotel room in the Holiday Inn, we go to Holiday Inn, has Keurig machines, like little mini cute Keurig machines, so cute. I went from one for my desk at work. So they give you the English breakfast tea Keurig cups, or you get like coffee I don't know if it's English breakfast coffee. It's some kind of coffee. Rainforest Cafe or something. And I take them all. I take them every day. I put them in my suitcase or whatever, and I'm like, yep, free coffee, free stuff. We paid for it.
You take, like, the bathrobe and the...
No, I'm not that person. I do not. No. And we're the only time, we're not staying anywhere. The only place we stayed where you got a bathrobe was when we went on our cruise. And
okay.
Yeah, we didn't. You can't keep those because they're gonna, they're gonna charge you.
No, they're like, you can totally keep those.
Oh yeah, they were $200. Yeah, but they
that
so
bit
good.
of fabric they put like towards the foot end of the bed whenever you go to a hotel. There's just like
it's so stupid. It's like draped over the foot of the bed. It's not a blanket, and then you
take it off.
You're cold, and you try to pull
throw
it
it onto the floor. Never use that.
Why do you say that?
Well, most people, when they go to a hotel, they quite often get naked and then just sit on the edge of the bed, and that's where that piece of material. So that's
I have always, so I don't know how much, look, this is so disgusting. I don't know how much blue lights cost, but I have always thought about like, black, well, it looks blue, so black light. So if you like, cause we travel a lot, and so it's like, I just want to go in a hotel room, like when we check in, and really check out the room with like this black light and see how clean these sheets are. Because the first thing I do when we go in the room, and he can definitely testify to this, I go in the bathroom and I look in the tub, and then I look in the commode, and then I pull the sheets back from the bed, and I kind of look under the bed and under the mattress. Because I
do you ever look on top of the wardrobe?
No, because they're usually dressers that are low. I haven't been in like a high boy one.
If there's ever one with like a high wardrobe, check on top, because that's where a lot of reps stash their porn and swap porn with other reps, because reps and companies travel up. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. If ever you're in a hotel and there's like a high wardrobe, check the top. There will be something there. It'll probably be dust, but you may find drugs and or porn.
Wow. When we go on the cruise ship, they have the high boys, the tall dressers, like that. And actually, it's a wardrobe. So you open the door. I was like the Lion and the Witch in the Wardrobe. You open the door, and it has the shelves, and then it has the drawers on the bottom. But it's like really tall. It's like taller than me.
And it has those hangers that have been weirdly decapitated, so you can't take them.
Yeah, there's like no hook, and then you can't take them off the thingy. You can't take them off of the tank. You have to like put your clothes. You have to navigate your clothes on the hanger while it's still on the bar.
No, you see, we get ones where you can take the hanger off, but it's just got like this little nub that slides into the hook bit.
Yeah.
So even if you did take them, they'd be just you could burn them, and that's about it.
And then how scared are you to like use the iron? Like, I don't know. I'm going to use this iron, but was the last person using it to grill cheese, or did they burn it?
In a hotel where I have been in a hotel that had an iron, but I've never used an iron in a hotel. I tend not to bother with ironing stuff.
Yeah. I guess
most of my clothes don't need ironing when they come out of the wash. They're
nice. How convenient. I hate ironing.
It is kind of.
I don't do it.
I wear a lot of hoodies and jeans and t-shirts and stuff, so yeah.
So you don't have to dress up. Oh, so we're not ironing hotel people either. It's just we've been at a hotel where we've had to check into a wedding, and then you got to iron your stuff for the wedding party, or we've like on the cruise you have to dress up for dinner.
Yeah, dress for dinner. Yeah, I've been in places with that situation. I've just ironed the stuff before I've left.
Oh, that makes sense.
Then I put it in a suit bag and hang it up on the handrail inside the car.
Maybe we should do that.
It's my thinking ahead.
So I'm an overpacker, so I don't think I could do that because I'm trying to cram everything. I pack for every day that I pack 2 outfits or 3 outfits for every day that I'm gone.
Wow.
And then I pack 2 extra outfits. So my daughter hates me for this, but she knows she's going to know how to pack. And
so this is why you go on cruises instead of flying, right?
Right. We haven't flown anywhere together. I've only flown from Virginia to Boston, because my family is there, and so yeah. But I haven't flown in years and years. But but we drive down to Virginia because I go home to see friends, and we go to Busch Gardens, an amusement park. So every time we go, or even if we go to like our friend's house who lives 45 minutes away, and we're just like, hey, let's do a party this weekend, sleepover, it's fine. Okay, it's for 2 days. I will pack 3 outfits for each day, plus 2 extra outfits, and you have to have more underwear than you have to have outfits, because you never know when there's an emergency.
Yeah, God forbid you should be in an accident and have dirty underwear.
Right. So if I poop my pants, I'm good because I have extra clothes and extra underwear.
Because the thing about accidents is, if you're in an accident, you're probably going to have dirty underwear.
Yeah, So there you go. So I tell my youngest, I'm like, she's from Virginia, like me, and she goes home a lot. And I said, you know what? She's like, Mom, I can pack myself. I said, do you know what to pack? Yes. I got
everything.
How many? And then, no, she runs, she goes, she's so great. She knows the rule. She's like, how many days are we going to be there? I'm like, this amount of days. She's like, how many nights is it? I'm like, this amount of nights. She's like, what day are we leaving? I'm like, this day. So let's just say we're leaving on Friday night, and then we're coming back home on Sunday. So she's like, she asks me that first. How many nights? I tell her 3 nights. How many days? I tell her 3 days. And then she puts her ducks in a row, and she's like, okay, so I need 5 pairs of socks, 6 pairs of underwear, 5 bras, comfortable pants to wear. I need jeans. I need 5 t-shirts. And I'm just like, oh my God, I love you so much.
Okay.
I have taught you well.
The last time I packed for anything, it was a friend of mine's stag weekend. I don't know. I can't remember what you guys call it in the States.
Bachelor party.
Bachelor party.
Oh, it's called a stag weekend?
Yeah.
That sounds way funner.
Before, but I figured that's what that was.
Well, no. Going stag, doesn't that mean that you're going solo, like alone?
To a party, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
But it's anyway.
That's the only time we hear stag. So
we were going there for I don't know how many nights, and I left my house and I was like, I can't be asked to pack. I've got to go around my mum's, get a suitcase out, and I was like, sod it. So I drove into town. I went to a local supermarket. I bought a suitcase and everything else to wear for that entire weekend in the shop. And then when the girl at checkout said, do you need a bag? I was like, no. Do you need these things? I was like, no, I'm just... And as it's coming off the line, I put the suitcase up first, and opened that up and packed everything into it. Kind of said bye. And that was my packing. I just bought everything. Toothpaste, toothbrush, shower gel, everything. I was just, fuck it, I'll just buy the lot. And so I'm there at the stag, and everyone's like, packing was for this. That's all right for me. I just went and bought everything in Tesco's, including the suitcase. Like, what? You bought everything? I'm like, yeah. Dude, that is fucking rockstar. Like, you, sir, are a fucking rockstar. And I'm like, I guess so.
Well,
then you get a rash from wearing clothes.
Right, I was just going to say, like, my high maintenance skinned ass, I have to wash clothes before I wear them, and I have to wash them in, like, fragrance-free everything, and this, that, and the fifth has to happen with them, and I can't mix this, and blah, 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 blah. It's ridiculous, because I have so many allergies and so many skin issues, it's insane.
I'm fine as long as it's cotton. I can't wear nylon shirts, like a dress shirt, nylon dress shirt, or any man-made material dress shirt. With a suit. I can't wear that. It makes my nipples sore.
It happens. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like I've been doing a marathon or something, and I've forgot my nipple tape. Only I haven't. I've just put on a shirt that really makes my nipples sore. Can you wear silk? Yeah, but I don't particularly like silk.
I know.
It feels cold. It's not... I mean, it's soft and everything, but...
No, it's very soft.
I wouldn't have silk sheets. They're just too slidey. You can't really get a grip on them.
Totally
They're
too
crap
slidey.
for sex.
Yeah, they're crap for sleeping. I guess if you're satin sheets, silk sheets, yeah, they're
That's too much maintenance.
they're not happening.
Give me like 300 count Egyptian cotton sheets. That's what
there you
I'll
go. 500, whatever. I had a silk shirt. Oops. I don't know if it was like 100% silk or whatever. It was probably some cheap shit. Anyways, it was very soft and it was very silky. And it was a blouse, so it had buttons and everything. And it was buttoned up. And I can't wear that. I couldn't wear that shirt anymore because I was like, it was like headlights all day. It was crazy because it was so soft.
Smuggling peanuts.
And it didn't taste good. It felt very, very soft and very awesome on my skin. And it's like it doesn't like hug you. It doesn't consume you. It just kind of like it
drapes.
And it like grazes your arm, and it's like, oh my goodness. So the females who wear like silk panties, I don't know how they do it because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
I had some silk boxers once, and I just didn't get on with them.
It's like there's nothing there. It's like, okay, well now.
Hang on. No, I've got something there.
No.
The material.
Like, all right, I got an elastic strap, and like playing flag football here with a little flag fabric
Going back to buttons, do you know why women's buttons tend to be on the other side of an item of clothing
no
than men's
idea.
buttons?
That's conspiracy. No,
Would you like to know why?
Yes, let's know why.
Okay, because rich women that would have clothes with buttons on would generally have maids that would help them get dressed.
Oh.
And as soon as you're buttoning up something for someone else, it makes it easier with it on the other side. That's why women's clothes traditionally have buttons on the other side.
Well, what about, so men don't have butlers that help them get dressed?
Not really, no.
Oh, you're just kind of on your own.
And not in such a way, because like if you think back to like Victorian times, women had such complicated clothing with whalebone corsets and petticoats and everything else. They actually needed help to get dressed. That's why they were on the other side, because it helped their staff to dress them.
Ropes on their frickin' bras to make them skinny at the top and have like
they had whalebone.
Oh my god!
In their corset,
and they were like dying. They like suffocated because you can't breathe. It's like I'm pretty sure back then, in like I guess what you say the Victorian days, I'm pretty sure somebody died of like crushed lungs and crushed rib cage because it's like. And they're like, in any movie that you see or any dramatization that you see, they're like holding on to their friggin' bedpost while.
You know what? That's why they're always fainting.
Oh my god, yeah. And it's just like, why? Like, just stop. It's totally fine. I want to know.
Because there's always this weird picture of beauty in a generation's mind, regardless of how dangerous it is.
Mm-hmm. There's always, there still is this,
I know,
as you say, weird picture of beauty in this world. It's like,
there's always an unobtainable thing to live up to.
It's ridiculous, and it's just, it sucks. So whatever, but hey, I guess that's life. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. So.
So, Rob, what's going on with you?
I was going to ask, in the interest of British-American slang term differences and insinuations.
Because he totally said sod.
Yeah, he did.
He totally did. He didn't say bloody. I didn't hear you say bloody, but you said sod.
Okay, so like a tiny backpack that you would wear on your waist would be called a fanny pack?
No, it'd be a bum bag.
A bum bag?
A fanny in the UK is slang for vagina.
What? That's not your butt?
No, but we don't call it a fanny pack because that basically means vagina bag.
Douchebag. Oh man.
No, I don't think that's how that works.
That's not a thing.
So, and then, like, we would say, you gotta sit on your big fat fanny, then nobody would say that, right?
No, because we'd say arse.
Okay. Weird.
You said vagina and not cunt.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to be polite.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Cunt's like real bad here, but not so bad
right,
there?
but not that bad. I'm telling you, we watch British shows here.
We watch CMT.
Yeah, we watch. There have been I watched Misfits. I've watched Luther. I've watched a whole bunch of other British shows, and they all say cunt. It's just like flying out of their mouths as if that's like the next word for vagina. It's like, oh, okay. Well, here that means a very bad. If you call somebody that, you're really, really pissed at them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, over here it has, I guess, 3 meanings. One being part of the body.
Okay.
And then there's the 2 different ways you can call someone a cunt. I haven't seen my friend Lee for a while. When we meet up, one of us might say to the other one, "Oh, come here, you cunt," and a man hug, and it's a term of endearment.
What's that got to do with a vagina, though?
Nothing, but one of us might call each other one a cunt as a term of endearment.
Oh.
Like, come here, you fucker, or you shithead. You know, we have a different ways of swearing, and it's all about how it's intended to be received. So,
got it.
So,
you know, in like a soothing, happy way, and it comes off that way somehow.
So,
yeah. I kind of like the fact that it's getting used more, because the more words are used, the less power they have. And if we can take away the power behind the C word, then it's just going to be another word, which is all it is. It is just a word, yet it has this ridiculous amount of power and meaning behind it. But it shouldn't do. It should just be a word. You know, I'm not saying everyone should be saying cunt every other word. I'm just saying we need to take the power from that word so that it doesn't, so it can't be used in such a hateful and misogynistic way.
Yeah.
Like, I can call someone a dick, but I'm
and that's
not,
like, that's nothing.
That's nothing.
That's like, whatever. That's like calling, oh, you fucking jerk. You damn dick. Yeah, it's the same thing. You close the window.
But
yeah.
But yeah, I guess you're going to have to put an expletive warning in the show notes now.
Oh, sure. That's fine. So I have maybe 3 BFFs, right? I do have 3 BFFs. 2 of the 3, I have my one friend, we call each other chick. Like, hey, chick, or bitch, hey, bitch, what up, ho, you know, what up, bitch, da da da. Right? But I've known her for 15 years. So it's like nothing. You know, she's like my sister, you know, whatever. And then I have another friend who I've just recently met, maybe 6 years ago, and we've become pretty close. But last year, we were at a house party of hers, and I was swimming in her pool, and she said, "Hey ho," and I was
now hang on, was it like "hey ho" doesn't really matter, or "hey ho"?
Right. She was like, "Hey," she just said, "What the hell we were talking about something," and she was like, "Shut up, ho." I said, "What?" She was like, "Are you ho?" I said, "Did you just call me a ho?" She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "What?" And she was like, "You know, you're my ho." I was like, "Oh, okay. That's what you mean." Like, because she's never called me that before, and I guess we've built up that rapport.
She was trying it out.
She was testing the waters, and it was fine. So now, as a joke, like I say that, and she says it, and we're fine. We're fine.
You're all hoes together,
huh?
You got to ramp it up now.
Right. I'm not calling her. I'm not calling her a cunt. Oh my god. You can't call people that in the United States. Oh my god! But here's the thing, though. So I used to do telemarketing. I used to do, worked in a call center. This guy I'll never forget. He wanted, I can't even remember what he wanted. He wanted stuff, and it was outrageous. He was from New York, the loving state of New York. He was from New York, and I couldn't give him what he wanted, and he was really, really hustling and really, really trying. And I had to, like, back down. I was like, no, like, absolutely not. You're not getting this credit. No, because the proof is in the pudding here. Like, you didn't get drop calls. I can see that your call lasted for 20 minutes. No way am I giving you credit for this call. And he was like, you're a cunt. And I was like, okay. But then, like, maybe 5 phone calls after that, somebody called me a twat, and I was distraught. I was like, oh, I'm a twat?
If someone said that to me, I'd be distraught because they don't have an idea of how to pronounce that word properly.
Well, how do you pronounce it? A twit?
Twat.
Twat. Well,
yeah.
Does that mean the same thing there?
It's twat.
It's twat.
Dickhead. Bit of a twat. Bit of a idiot.
Yeah.
It's doesn't have an H in it. If it was TWHAT, then it would be a twat.
Oh.
But it's not. It's a twat.
It's a twat. Well, he called me what he called me
which
a
is
twat,
also slang for vagina in certain circumstances.
Yeah, but the cunt
we
thing.
only know it as slang for vagina.
The cunt thing was funny, I guess, because it was ridiculous. But when I got called a twat, I was so offended. I was like so offended. Like, oh my god! Like, you don't even have the audacity to say the actual cuss word. Like, you're calling me this cartoon name or something. Like, oh man.
See, over here, you can twat someone on the head or round the head, which means like hitting them on the head or around the head. So to twat someone can be a hit, but generally a twat is an idiot.
Oh my god, I wish the name of this show could be Vagina Slang. Oh, it totally should be.
Could be.
Yeah, it's totally up to you.
Vagina Slang.
Whenever I'm talking to someone on like if I've been cold called, then the last time I was cold called from an insurance company, they asked me about the accident I'd been in, and I told them about the fatal accident I was in where everyone died apart from me, and then they hung up.
What?
I like to play around with cold calls.
Twilight Zone episode?
No, it was like, I'd like to talk about it. I'm sorry, I just really can't talk about it. I just everyone died. I can't believe it. And like, what? I was driving, and this guy just hit, and everyone but me died. I've got no idea how. But whenever I phone up and I'm talking to someone whose job is basically to answer the phone, I tend to put on my phone voice. Everyone's got a phone voice. My mum's got a hilarious phone voice. She suddenly goes really posh. But
she goes posh?
Yeah.
So, you're Cockney?
No, I'm not Cockney.
You're posh?
Some people would say I was posh. Yeah, one of my exes thought, and her family, they all thought I was very posh.
So, I
think I'm just normal.
Yeah, you're totally normal. You're just a British guy.
British guy.
Yeah, heck yeah, cool, totally cool. It's an awesome voice.
Downplay it.
So I always said, and I'm sorry, but it's fine. I used to listen to the Spice Girls, and I used to think that, oh my god, what is her name? I think it was Sporty Spice. When she talked, I used to say that she sounds like she's from the slums of England. I don't even know if that's a thing, but
there aren't slums in England. She's northern, so she had a northern accent.
She talked. And I'm very sorry as well.
Probably going to get hate for saying this. She had a not very well educated northern accent.
Okay, so right, so I'm going to get hated for saying this. It's fine. Send me email, whatever. She sounded country. She sounded country British. And I've always said that. And then, like, so here's another thing. So Adele, there's a commercial that comes on here for iHeartRadio. And she's talking, and I can't stand it because and my daughter, my youngest, she yells at me every time because every time I hear that fucking commercial. I'm like, I got it, because that's what she sounds like. And I don't mean to sound ignorant or anything like that. Please, oh my God. I'm just saying, like, this one particular commercial, she's talking fast, and she's talking, and I don't know what the hell she's saying.
I've never heard her talking, so I'm just going to play this quick clip from an interview to see what she sounds like, and then
go for it. I think she's Cockney.
Oh, there's a bloody advert. Of course, there's a bloody advert. Adverts.
An advertisement.
Okay, Jonathan Ross show. Blah blah blah. Okay, let's just skip. Okay, where the hell is she? Let's skip into this. Okay, she's come on and skip forward. Still not playing smallest venues. Yeah, she's kind of. I guess that's a London stroke southeast accent. Again, quite cheap and common.
So wait, okay, so Cockney versus posh, because we watched the YouTube video on it, and it was just, I think it was this American guy that was like explaining it. So can you explain it for us?
Yeah, well, a posh person will do their best to be kind and forward thinking and think of the other people in the conversation with them. They will try to pronounce words properly, and ideally they'll try not to use double negatives and things like that. Whereas a Cockney, he'll just sound a bit like this. He'll be like, what do you mean? I can't really do a Cockney accent. I haven't done one for ages. But yeah, they're just kind of lower class, a bit more common.
So posh, is that like clean and all that stuff?
Yeah, and how people on the BBC speak when they're doing on the news, or a link between shows saying no on BBC One.
It's like proper.
Yeah, it's called received pronunciation. That's what the BBC talk is called. But yeah, posh people generally, they know which knife to use. They know how to speak. They're not, confused by a lot of things, and when they are, they'll probably admit to it. Whereas a Cockney tends to be a little bit more Jack the Lad, a bit more, putting a front up, trying to be something they're not, and still, Then of course they've got the whole Cockney rhyming slang, apples and pears, stairs, dog and bone, phone. There's loads of them. They're just two really common ones that sprung to mind.
Would Cockney be more of, I don't know if this is, I guess this in this day
Cockneys, proper Cockneys are only found in London.
Okay, so this could be politically incorrect. I don't know. Would it be more of like a commoner for like back in the day?
Yeah, but again, only found in London.
Right. Oh, only in London. So so the UK is like this big whole country, right?
Yeah.
And every time you think of, the UK, United Kingdom, you always think of like England, and then you got England, and then everybody always just automatically says, "Oh, you're from London." I'm from the UK. Oh, London fog, London bridges falling down, London, the Queen, blah 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 blah. There's like way more to the UK than just London.
Well, yeah, you saw that photo I took of the village I'd lived in.
Yeah, oh my god, it was so awesome. It looks so great. Have you ever seen the movie The Holiday with
I can tell you I haven't seen it.
Okay, great. So it's Cameron Diaz. Rachel Weisz, and the British guy that I really like. Not Ewan McGregor, the other one, the opposite.
Idris Elba?
Yes, I do like you. No, not him. I hate him. What are you talking about?
Jude Law.
Can you? Yes!
Hugh Grant?
Jude Law. No, Hugh Grant, come on. Can you stop?
Hugh Jackman.
He's Australian.
He's Australian.
Jude Law. It's Jude Law. It's Jude Law. It's Cameron
Diaz.
Action. Cameron Diaz, Jude Law, and the girl from Titanic. So it was like, so they're in, and that's what your area looks like. It looks like when they were there. So it was like The Holiday.
Oh shit! Hang on, I think I might have seen a bit of it.
Oh my god, it's a rom-com
in winter.
Yes, it's Christmas,
and they do a house swap.
Yeah, for the holidays.
Yeah, my mum was watching it.
Oh,
I went around to hers, and I was like, "What the fuck is this shit?
It's such a great movie. So Cameron Diaz goes to England and falls in love with Jude Law, but it's like all snowed in, and it's like a stone like cabin or whatever, and
sounds like my house. I live in a stone
exactly.
barn.
I know, and that you've shown pictures of like I want to go there and vacation. We call it vacation.
Yeah, it's a holiday over here.
Yeah, holiday is like Christmas time for us. But yeah, and it's so cozy and comfy and awesome. And then yeah, so that's what it looks like. So I was told, because we have a friend here, a near and dear friend to us here, who is from London, and she moved here to be with her husband, and we've known them for like maybe 6 years. So she said that it doesn't snow in London; it always like rains.
It does occasionally snow in London. So, and everything grinds to a standstill because it doesn't often snow in London.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, I can't. Boy, I can't drive in this. Crash.
Yeah. No.
That's here too. Like, oh man, I've only driven in this stuff for the last 20 years I've been driving. I can't do it anymore.
We've had interesting weather here the last few days. We've had snow and hail, a lot of hail.
The last few days?
We actually had some snow. Yeah.
Like, what's your temperature?
I've had to turn my heating back on.
Really?
Yeah.
We turned our heat off. I'm ready to put the air conditioning on. It's like hot today. It was, I don't know what Celsius is, but I'll tell you, our degree today was 50 somethings Fahrenheit.
Okay, well,
it was in the 60s.
It's been down to in colonial commoner temperatures, 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
Colonial. 40 degrees? Okay. That's nice.
Yep. What is that?
That feels nice.
That's just above freezing.
That feels good.
That's the right temperature for snow. That's what it is.
No, not for here. Not for here. For snow, it has to be like in the 20s.
Yeah. Also, we don't get hail unless it's summertime.
Right.
It's like a tornado.
It hails in the summer here. Oh my gosh. They're like
we get
big
hail
rocks.
any time of the year.
Big rocks. That's crazy.
It's like, oh, you're having a nice day and want to have a picnic? Here's some hail.
Yeah.
Threw it on the ground. All right, before we wrap this up, I do have to ask you, you watch Black Mirror, right?
Yeah. I watched it before it was on Netflix.
Well, of
the
course,
original series
you probably
was on
watched
terrestrial TV.
Firsthand. Yeah, so we got it on Netflix.
Have you seen all of them?
Yeah, the only one we haven't seen is the virtual reality one, or the and because I was like bored to tears. I don't care.
Fair enough.
So my question to you is, what is your favorite episode?
That is a tough one because there are so many great episodes.
Mm-hmm.
There was that one episode that, like, the only one episode that actually left me feeling happy. That's pretty good. I think it was the one about the app that's playing through all the different possibilities of a date before the two actually. It turns out they haven't actually gone on the date.
Yeah, I didn't like. That was stupid.
That's the only one with like a happy ending.
That doesn't matter. Oh, okay. So you like that one?
That was a good one. It was optimistic.
But the sheer timing of the one with the pig.
That's like the first episode.
One, yeah. That's a good one, though.
But I heard that was like a thing. Like that really happened.
Yeah, pretty much. And it came out before the news of that kind of happening.
So the Prime Minister of the Prime Minister of England.
He wasn't Prime Minister at the time.
Okay.
He was at university or something, and for the club, the enrollment for like the club he was joining, it's a bit like, hazing for like God, the word's gone from my for fraternity. He had to put his stuff in the mouth of a dead pig.
That's all he had to do? No.
Yeah, he didn't actually have to screw the pig. But,
that's nothing. The dude on the TV
the
show
timing
had to,
with when that came out, and then the news coming out that Prime Minister actually did something sort of similar, but just to get into a club. Didn't actually have to fuck a pig. But,
okay.
I mean, I guess he kind of got oral.
Okay.
I mean, that's bestiality and necrophilia in one go with that. At least the show's just bestiality.
Yeah. Oh man, I learned all.
Yeah, favorite episode. It's really hard to call. The scariest one for me was the one with the. Actually, I think it's probably the best episode. It's basically your life is based on Instagram and the amount of likes you get for your posts on social media. And this woman she's trying to get to a wedding and she ends up becoming this crazy cat lady and getting a lift with this woman trucker and everyone's like downvoting her and stuff.
That's a great one. That one is awesome.
Yeah. Which one?
The one with the girl and she was doing the likes and she's like, oh yeah, I really
like the Facebook
cookies,
episode?
Not really.
The Facebook, I call it the Facebook episode.
Because I can't hear anything. There we go.
You can't hear me?
No, I can now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
That's right.
Yeah, I call it the Facebook episode.
I see. For me, it's more Instagram because of the photos.
The photos. Well, Facebook is all photos. Trust me. Okay. Trust me. I've recently gone back to Twitter. So since I've re-released Casual Conversation, I have gone back to using Twitter, and I'm like, what the F is happening in this app? I have no idea how to use it. And I was a constant person who was on Twitter. I hated Facebook, and I used Twitter for so long. Like when it launched until probably 2014, I was on it constantly using it, and now I go to use it and I'm like, why the fuck am I getting like alerts from something that somebody said and they're not even adding me? Like, how the hell do I like what they say? Or I don't know.
Are you using the app or the web page?
The app, the Twitter app.
There's a setting in the app where you can choose. It automatically defaults to showing you tweets it thinks you'll like. If you just put it into just show me my timeline, then it'll just show you a timeline.
Oh, well, I need to change that. I need to change that because that is ridiculous. And then I get these alerts from, I guess back then I had this thing called a fucking Twibbin, and I get alerts from the Twibbin. Hey, you're a female, show your boobs. Hey, you're a female, you got silky feet. Hey, here's a ribbon for. I'm just saying. Hey, here's a ribbon today because you're wearing silky underwear. I'm like, shut up.
Just block it.
Yeah,
I still use Twitter a lot. I had my 10th anniversary with Twitter last month.
Oh wow!
No, February.
Yeah, I've been out of the loop for 6 years, so I don't know.
I've been using it quite a lot. I'm still quite surprised that I've got. I'm one of those weird people that checks out his new followers. So if ever it's a bot, whenever a bot follows me, I basically block them, so it doesn't actually count in my followers. So I'm kind of surprised I've got as many followers as I have, considering they've all been vetted and are actual people. So that's interesting. I mean, like way more than the Gamesman has, which is really weird.
Yeah.
Nah, you need those bots on there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy weird. Rob, real quick, what's your favorite episode of Black Mirror?
I just thought of one that I also really enjoyed whilst Rob's thinking.
What's that?
The one at the museum.
Yes.
That's a great episode.
I think that's my favorite one. I think that one and Crocodile are up there for me.
Alligator.
No, it's Crocodile.
It's alligator.
No, it's not. My coworker came downstairs today because he listened to our show, and he was like, I thought you guys were saying the wrong thing on purpose because it matched. Because it was like crocodile, alligator, that's the opposite, but it's crocodile, it's not alligator. And then we were talking about something else. He was like, it's that, not this. I thought you were doing that on purpose. I was like, no! We weren't.
They're so good, man. I can't think of the episode. Come back to me. What's your favorite episode?
I just said it. So, Dan, go ahead. Talk about the museum one.
I'm trying to remember the name of it, so I'm just looking up on Netflix now to season 4, because I'm pretty sure it was season 4, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the season...
Black Museum.
Yeah, see? Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah, Black Museum.
Mm-hmm. On a dusky stretch of highway, a traveller stumbles across a museum that boasts rare criminal artifacts.
And it was good, because I feel like it summed up like all of the freakish shit from all of the seasons.
Oh, I know which one.
It was like the museum, the weird Ripley's museum or whatever, like in American Horror Story.
It was crocodile, not alligator.
Yeah.
All right, San Junipero is probably my second.
Which one is that? That's the one with the lesbians.
Yeah, the lesbian old ladies, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But what's the one where they hack the kid's computer and he has to do all this stuff?
Oh, he had to rob the store and all that. And right. Wait, did the kid rob the store? Or was it? No, it was the adult, wasn't it? No, it was the kid.
Shut Up and Dance.
Yeah, Shut Up and Dance.
3 of season 3.
Yeah. That was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah, I didn't like the basis.
Playtest was pretty good as well.
Which one's that? Oh, is that the one, the virtual reality one?
Yeah, with the US tourist who's short on cash and he signs up to test.
Yeah.
It was. Man, it reminded me a lot of. Have you seen the movie? God, I've forgotten the name of the movie. They keep saying Allegra Geller must die. It's oh god damn it! It's a classic.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Allegra must die.
Geller must die. That's one thing they say in the film a lot. It's Existenz. That's it. Existenz. It reminded me a lot of that. Have you seen Existenz?
No.
It's kind of worth watching. It's pretty cool. A lot to do with video games and alternative reality, kind of sci-fi horror, and it's written and directed by David Cronenberg. So,
then it's gonna be ridiculous. The playtest one scared the crap out of me with that spider in the first scene, and I was like, I'll turn this off. Okay, wait, no, leave it on.
I do like Crocodile because that was the one that had the what the fuck at the end moment for me. Mm-hmm. I love a good what the fuck moment. But also I liked the one where they put the chip in your eye or something and you can like push the thing and your eyes go flip back and you can like rewind the time or whatever.
The entire history of you.
Yeah. Oh my god, there's so many. Series. There's so many. That entire history of you, and then there's the one.
The one with John Hamm.
Yeah, the one with John Hamm, where it was like a special episode for Christmas time, where the guy he was with the girlfriend or whatever, and he was a jerk or something, and she like muted him, and he turned into like white noise. And,
White Christmas.
Yeah, White Christmas. And the other one, I'm sorry, there's like so many, I can't pick a favorite. The last one is the one where her boyfriend died, or her husband, somebody died, and they did the, like, I feel like it's inhumane, and they turned him into a bot or something.
Yeah.
A mannequin.
Wait.
Yep.
The one where she died, or she was injured, and she was in the bear? That was black. That's the museum one.
No.
What ends in the museum one?
No. Okay. The one where she gets
like an android.
She's like married or they're together and he dies. He gets into a car accident and he dies. And she's like lonely and she's so lonely and she sees this advertisement, make your loved one into a mannequin. And then they they deliver him and he's like there and he's talking to her and he's like in there and everything and he's like a person but he's not a person because he's a robot, but all of his memories are in him and he knows who she is. It kind of reminds me of that movie that we saw with Johnny Depp where he was living in the ground with the solar stuff on the top of the thing, where he was living through the computer.
Was it called Transcendence?
I think so. Yeah, so those are like my top 4. Out of those top 4, I'm still going to have to say Crocodile is probably my favorite because that's the one where I had the what the fuck moment at the end. So, that's me.
Can I give you guys homework?
Yeah, absolutely.
You coming
Okay,
back
and
on
I'll
with us
I'll
again?
assign myself some homework. Okay, so
I
I'll
need a
read.
piece of paper.
Sherry, what
Yes.
was the author that I've never read?
Anne Rice.
Anne Rice. I'll start reading Anne Rice,
Okay.
but you start reading
Mary Shelley.
Nathan Lowell.
Oh, Nathan.
Nathan Lowell. Lowell.
Lowell.
It's science fiction. It's in space, but there aren't any
Oh.
laser battles or anything. And I think you might like it.
How many androids are there?
None.
Are there cowboys involved? Is it space cowboys?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Speaking of
And
space
Rob,
cowboys,
your homework is to watch Existence.
is it on Netflix?
Haven't the foggiest, old chap. British Netflix isn't the same as US
Oh,
Netflix.
that's what I hear.
Okay, so Dan, just so you know, Anne Rice, there's a ton of them. Where are you starting?
Well, where should I start?
From the
the
very beginning.
Okay, what's the first book called?
I think it's Interview. I have to check it. Let me see.
Okay.
Let me go get my book. I'll be right back.
How come
I could
Existence sounds like some kind of ED medication?
I'm guessing that's the X in it, to be honest.
I was thinking that's the extends part. But okay, how do you spell that?
Okay, it is not actually.
EXISTENDZ. Existence, but with a DZ instead of a CE.
It is spelt lowercase e, capital X, ISTEN, capital Z.
I was close. I had an extra D in there. Existence. Okay.
It's It's from 1999, so it's going to be a little bit kind of schlocky, but I liked it.
We're writing
movie?
notes on a cardboard box.
Yeah, it's a David Cronenberg movie. It has
A bit of body horror, I'm sure.
it has a bit of body horror.
All right.
Yeah,
Rick and Morty love some Cronenberg, so I'm becoming more familiar.
It's got Jude Law
outside
in
of
it.
The Fly.
The cast has Jennifer Jason Leigh, Jude Law, Ian Holm, Don McKellar, Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
He's in it.
Okay.
It's a fairly good cast.
Okay.
So Dan, the first story is Interview.
Okay.
But you've seen the movie, so it's like.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Okay, well, if you want to read it, it's fine. It's pretty long. Like, I have the whole Chronicles here. So, my Chronicles, it consists of... Interview with the Vampire, The Vampire Lestat, The Queen of the Damned, The Tale of the Body Thief, Menach the Devil, The Vampire Armand, Blood and Gold, Blackwood Farm, and Blood Canticle. So, and you said you've never seen Queen of the Damned,
Yep.
but you've seen Interview with the Vampire. So
Yeah.
okay. So let's do this. So you watch Interview with the Vampire and then read The Vampire Lestat.
Okay.
Unless you
Well,
want to
what
read.
about Queen of the Damned that you just mentioned?
Queen of the Damned comes after The Vampire Lestat.
Do I watch it or read it?
Well, how long are we talking here? What's the time frame? Because then we can reconvene.
Mm.
Well, how long do you need to read a book?
Not long.
Oh, okay. I'm
Depends
sorry.
how long the book is, to be honest.
Well, let's see. So, Interview with the Vampire, I will tell you, is from page 1 to page, like 400. Yeah. It's from, like, page 1 to 4, almost 400. The Vampire Lestat goes to... Oh, it's my dad's rose. Goes to page... They're all pretty long. Goes to page... Oh, are you serious? They're, like, labeled with their own... Alright, so, okay. The Vampire Lestat is 280 pages. Interview with the Vampire is about 400 pages.
Okay, well, I'm just having a look to see if I've got if I already own them, because that is entirely possible. Oh, there we go. I have Angel Time, The Songs of Seraphim, Cry to Heaven, Feast of the All Saints, Interview of the Vampire, Lasher, Of Love and Evil, Pandora, Servant of the Bones, Tales of the Body Thief, Taltos, The Vampire Lestat, Vittorio the Vampire, and The Witching Hour. That should keep me going for a while.
Okay. Well, how about we read these things and then we kind of like update each other on where we are and how far we are, and then once we finish, we'll reconvene.
Okay. The Nathan Lowell books should only take a few hours each.
Okay, that depends.
But they're very good.
All right. Well, cool. Are they downloadable? Like, can I put them on my Kindle?
Yeah, you can buy them straight off Kindle for like $3 each.
All right. Well, I'll do that, and I will read those or read that. What is it called? The Sci-Fi in Space? Or just Nathan Lowell?
Just put in Nathan Lowell.
Okay. Does he have one book or multiple, or is there?
He has multiple books. The first book in the Share series is called Quarter Share.
Quarter Share.
And then there's Half Share.
Okay.
And Full Share, Double Share, Owner Share.
You want me to read the Share series?
Well, that's a start. Yeah, there's some other series as well, but the Share series is pretty good.
All right, I'll start there. I'll check that out. Rob is going to watch the movie Existence, and you're going to start with some Anne Rice, and then we'll update each other, and then we'll reconvene, and we'll do another show.
Yeah, so a month or so, maybe.
Okay, a month or so. Good. And for those who are listening, if you want to
follow along with us, play the game at home.
Yeah, you can read the books and watch the film as well. Tell us what you think of it.
Yeah.
Play the casual conversation.
Leave us comments and all of that. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up. So, Dan, I appreciate you being on the show. Thank you so much at the last minute for being a guest. I know that our time difference is crazy. So I just want you to tell the people where you're from, tell us about your show and all that, and give your shout outs and plug your stuff.
How can we find you?
How can we find you? Where can we find you? And all of that good stuff.
Okay, well, I am Dan. I'm from the UK. I am Hardly Dan pretty much everywhere online. You can find me on pretty much every gaming and social media platform as Hardly Dan. I'm also the head honcho / co-host over at thegamesman.com. We do a weekly podcast and a bi-weekly D&D cast, which these two have been roped into as well. So go check out thegamesman.com, and there's all the social links for that over there. Load of gaming stuff. Other than that, yeah, I'm Hardly Dan everywhere.
Awesome. And Rob?
You know me, I'm DJ Awesome Rob. You can find me on Twitter, is where I do most of my social shenanigans. That's Awesome Rob 029, no spaces. I think that's the same on Instagram, where I play a lot of Apex Legends and Rocket League, and I put the clips up there, and they're real dumb. Everybody can enjoy that stuff on there. Aside from that, you can find me on gaming platforms such as Xbox and Steam and Xbox as Big Rob 029. That's pretty much it.
Awesome. And I'm Sherry's Joy. You can find me there on Twitter. I'm still learning it, relearning it. You can find me on Instagram, and you can find me on this website. Our website, thedigicast.com. Mm-hmm. I want to thank Scarcasm Live for hosting Casual Conversation. Check out their other shows that they have, and check out the Digicast with our shows that we do 30-minute reviews and road trip reviews and all those other wonderful, awesome things that Rob and I do. Also, check out The Gamesmen. They record and they have a show. And when does your show? When can we find your show, Dan?
Well, it goes. We record it live most Saturday nights. Not all Saturday nights. Sometimes life gets in the way, and it goes live once Gary's finished editing it. So sometimes that's a Sunday, sometimes it's a Thursday.
Right, and then what's the site again?
It's thegamesman.com.
Thegamesman.com, and you can check all three of us out, plus two more, on the D&D podcast, and they can find that where?
I don't think we actually release it as a podcast, but you can watch it live.
Sorry, you can watch it live.
You can watch it live or check out the links to YouTube and Twitch and Mixer on the Gamesman podcast, and you can see our past broadcasts.
You gotta make a playlist.
We gotta post it as a show. We gotta keep up with the times. I guess that's not up to us. No, not us.
Oh.
It's up to this
Yeah, that's like two buttons. You stream it on Twitch. You can go back on Twitch after it's done and hit the export to YouTube. And it goes to YouTube, and you just put it in a playlist.
Well, it goes to YouTube anyway, because we do it live on everything.
Oh, well, just go in there and add it to its own playlist.
Yeah, I'll do that when I remember. I'm not doing it right now.
It's all good.
I'll do it.
All right. Before we sign off, is there anything else in the world that anybody would like to get off of their chest?
Yes. If you have issues with mental health, don't keep it quiet. Talk to someone. It will change your world.
Yes.
Exactly.
Stay far from the shallow.
Stop quoting.
I like that song.
Songs and stuff.
It's just a song. It's like a song. But yes, I do agree. Yeah.
Yes, talk to somebody.
Talk to somebody, because you never know. There's always somebody that's going through not necessarily the same situation, but maybe a similar situation.
I was actually planning to talk about some of my mental health issues on this show, but we didn't get around to it, so that's fine.
We can.
No.
No. That's if you want to get it off your chest.
Next time. No, we'll hold it. It's too long for just the end. We'll hold that till next time.
Okay. We'll do a show maybe in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll be up for that. Looking
forward to it.
Sounds good.
Anything else anyone would like to get off their chest?
I'm good.
I'm good too.
My DMs are open. If you want to talk mental health stuff, you talk to me. I don't know anything about it, but I'm down to talk.
Yeah, just email me. No, you can Twitter. You can @ me on Twitter. I might take a little bit longer to get back to you, but let us know what you think. Mm-hmm. Let us know how you feel. Definitely follow us. Check out the Gamesman.
Oh, yeah, we do have a Facebook page.
We do have a Facebook page. You can contact me on. I'm all about that.
There you go.
What is it? It's the Digicast on Facebook. You can message us on Facebook. You can tell us what you like. You can tell us what you hate. If you want to be a guest on the show, let us know.
Yeah, there you go.
If you want us to check something out, let us know. We're definitely open for ideas. And
please let them know if you liked hearing my voice. Some people really love it.
Yes, they do. I am one. So with that being said,
sell it.
Love the world.
It's up in the grill.